Welcome back here on the Roundtable. Thank you so much to Lieutenant Jeff Saluski from the Toledo Police Department joining us this afternoon. Now joining us, Lieutenant Jared Savage from the Ohio State Highway Patrol, Bowling Green Post. Thank you so much for being here. We bring you on here this afternoon because starting tomorrow, sitting here Sunday, starting tomorrow, July 1st, we see 70 miles per hour on some of those rural parts of I-75, I-71, all across the state of Ohio. Let's take a look at the map real quick and just show people where we're talking about. The area is highlighted in red. Of course, you see in green the turnpike, which is already 70 miles per hour. But the state implementing this change starting Monday, where you're going to be able to drive a little bit faster, but there are some stipulations. People around Toledo, not so fast. You're not going to get away with 70 miles per hour so quickly. But Lieutenant, as you guys see this implementation, specifically Northwest Ohio and where we see that 70 start, you guys, I would imagine, are kind of indifferent to it all. It's going to happen. You know, what can you do, right?
Correct. We've dealt with this before when the speed limit increased on non-limited access highways from 55 to 65, for instance, 15 and 23 from Findlay to Columbus. And so we've dealt with it before. There's
that mindset that we continually hear every time speed goes up. We heard it on the turnpike when it was going from 65 to 70. We've heard it around the country when you hear of places going up to 80 in some areas. But how much of the argument on safety goes into raising the speed limit, lowering the speed limit? Do you know where I'm getting?
I do. I think a lot of study went into it. We didn't see a huge increase in traffic crashes for instance, when the turnpike went up to 70. We didn't see a lot of crashes increase. However, we were very vigilant with our enforcement.
Yeah, it's kind of, I guess, coincidental, maybe ironic, I don't know, that we're coming up on a holiday period and this is happening on Monday. There are some stipulations as far as people around Northwest Ohio that they need to keep in mind. There is going to be signage letting them know where this speed is changing. And it's not for, don't just think you're going to jump on 75 in Toledo and keep going that fast, right?
Correct. It's more for the rural areas. The urban areas are still going to maintain whatever speed limit, 60, 65 in their areas.
Okay. And we're looking specifically once you get south of Toledo? Is that what we understand?
Correct. Basically south of the river.
Okay, south of the river, stretching down to a point almost near Findlay. Now, you have routes as far as the Findlay post is concerned, and that whole stretch in between the Flag City, that's going to drop. Is that kind of a key-in thing for the Ohio State Highway Patrol? And we're also looking in sections of Lima as well. Are you guys on alert to know that, let me ask it this way, is there going to be a grace period for folks when this goes into effect? How does that work with the Ohio Highway State Patrol?
As soon as this one comes in effect on Monday, we will be taking enforcement right off the bat. There will not be a grace period as far as speed limit.
I just tried to slip that in.
I noticed that. No grace period with speed limits.
Yeah.
No.
And that's mainly because of, we heard it before in our first segment where we were talking about they set those speed cameras at 11 miles per hour as far as targeting that. And if you get somebody going that fast, you're talking about somebody who's putting safety in jeopardy for not only themselves, but those around them.
That is correct. Our enforcement will not change. We will not be raising our enforcement expectations as far as the speed limit goes. So if you were going 80 before and you're going 80 now, you're still going to get a ticket.
Yeah. When you look at this, 70 miles per hour, a good thing? I mean, is there an opinion from OHP?
We really don't have an opinion. I should say I don't have an opinion. Yeah. I'm faced with law changes and new laws all the time, and our job is to enforce those laws, and that's what we do.
Let's talk about the holiday period. We've got an extended holiday. July 4th is not one of the most traveled by comparison when you look at the calendar year, but you are starting a little bit earlier in the week. How does that affect things for you guys?
Well, with the holiday falling on a Thursday, we will start our enforcement on Wednesday, and we will continue straight through the weekend. We will have 100% coverage, road coverage, if you will, on Wednesday and Thursday, and then through the weekend we'll have officers out working federal overtime programs also.
Yeah, and does it put, I guess, more onus on you guys as far as knowing that it's a little bit longer of a holiday period? Does Sunday come and you guys wipe the sweat off your brow that it's over?
It is a lot of work, and there's a lot of traffic and a lot of expectations that Northwest Ohio remain fatal-free during the reporting period.
And over the last couple of years, we have seen statistics drop. Does OHP think that's because, as far as the injury accidents are concerned, that people are getting a little smarter about being behind the wheel?
I like to think so. I think cars are safer, people are driving smarter, and obviously enforcement. The Memorial Day weekend, Northwest Ohio was the only district in the state that didn't have a fatal crash during the reporting period. So we're obviously very proud of that.
And people, I'm sure, are sitting at home saying, "Hey, Jeff, you know there are distracted driving situations. We've had wrong way crashes. Knock on wood, not any in the last couple of months." But do you see, I guess, your guys' targeting of distracted driving rising? I mean, is that something you're looking at even more these days than it is maybe somebody going 5 over?
Certainly. The way a vehicle moves, or the indicators that we're looking for in distracted driving, is very, very similar to somebody that's fallen asleep or maybe even an impaired driver. You see that weaving, and so more and more when we think...
A lot of training for you guys go into recognizing all of that?
There is, and with the texting law the way it is, it's a secondary violation, which means that we have to have a marked lanes, a left to center, some other violation similar to a seatbelt before we can pull them over. Then we have to actually observe them texting.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it's a difficult law to enforce like that, but we are doing the best that we can with it.
And you think that has kind of in the last couple of years kind of changed the way you guys are looking at enforcement? Not so much change, but that's just an added thing that you guys have to pay attention to.
Right. 5 years ago we wouldn't even know what distracted driving is, and but we evolved just like technology does. So.
Yeah. Well, Lieutenant, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Obviously, we will keep an eye on things coming up tomorrow as the new speed limit goes into effect. And safe travels to you out there targeting everybody who make sure they do what they're supposed to do.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, Lieutenant. Thank you so much. Stay right there. We wrap things up for this Sunday right after this.